All right, guys. Today is a super special day for me. Today is my 1 year of sobriety. So this is a special video for me because I've drank for most of my life. I started drinking when I was very young. And when I was 19 years old, I started working in bars and restaurants. So alcohol and drinking was something that just was part of my life. I never really thought much of it. I never really thought it was a problem. And with everything that happened this last year, I, drank regularly and was drinking quite a bit. And I decided to quit drinking 1 year ago today. The things that I've discovered in this last year is I am an alcoholic. So this is something that I've never admitted to myself in all of the years that I was drinking. I thought I was a social drinker. I'll just have a couple drinks after work, but I drank almost every single day. And in the worst part of my drinking, I was drinking a lot. Maybe 10 years ago, I was probably going through a 175 of vodka every 4 days to a week, drinking beers on top of that, just drinking a lot. So this last year, without having alcohol, is when I realized that I was an alcoholic. I realized that during the day, I would wait and kind of think about when I could have that drink after work, or the drink, what time was appropriate to have a drink that day. It was literally just part of my normal life. When I was drinking, it was probably not good for anybody around me. I know that in my years of drinking, I have hurt my wife, I've hurt my children, not physically, but mentally and emotionally, I've hurt, all of the people around me, as little as just not being present and in the moment because I was consumed with drinking. It's just was not a good thing for me or my family. So I'm super happy to say that I'm 1 year sober today. I'm going to continue to not drink for the rest of my life. That was the end of me drinking. I know that I'm not the type of person that can go back later and be like, oh, I can just have a beer at a family gathering, or I can just have a couple beers with my buddies. I know that if I start doing that, I might be able to do it for a little bit at first, but I will turn back into a daily drinker, and it will probably ruin the rest of my life. So I am not going to drink anymore. Some of the things that made me realize that I needed to quit drinking was the physical effects I was starting to have. For the last couple years, I would say, I've been having these physical effects, and I firmly believe they're from alcohol, but it was, numbness in my fingers when I was waking up, and my toes. I was having a lot of pain in my joints. I mean, real pain, like get out of bed, step down, feel like I'm walking on broken glass for the first 10 minutes I'm awake. Went to the doctor. Fortunately for me, I don't have any liver issues. I don't have any alcohol-related issues that are visible yet. What I do have is the prediabetes and the high blood pressure. So with the quitting alcohol and quitting drinking, I also am not using THC anymore either. So I'm not using anything. I'm just a pretty boring guy now, which is great, right? The other things that I'm changing right now is I'm changing the way I eat. I'm starting to exercise more regularly. I'm being very conscious of how I'm treating my body. God gives us this one life, and we get one chance to make as big of an impact on the world as we can. And I've decided to start taking care of myself so I can do better at taking care of others. It's really important for me in this last part of my life to make sure that I can leave the biggest imprint and the biggest impact on my family, on the people around me, on the people that I come into contact with. I truly just want to do better for anyone that I come into contact with. I want to try to benefit their lives however I can. And I want to make sure that I'm as present as I possibly can be for my children and my wife and my mom and dad and my sister and my nephew, just like my family, right? I want to be present. I want to be in the moment. I don't want to sit here and be drunk and sloppy and falling all over myself and not remembering what was going on. Some big changes that have happened with quitting drinking is my memory is starting to come back, and I'm starting to gain memories from childhood that I've forgotten. I'm starting to gain memories from throughout my life that I've forgotten. It's it's pretty cool. It's an awakening for myself. So I just wanted to share this today. It means a lot to do this. It's been difficult. I'd say the first 6 months were the hardest because I just kept going to events or places, and I'm like, oh, I could just have one. Or I kept telling myself, like, well, maybe I can do this, but I never did. I like got through it, and now that I'm as far in as I am, which a year maybe not be that long to a lot of people, but I I still have the craving once in a while to have a drink at a family gathering where people are having a good time, but I know I can't. I know that I can't have that one shot with them or have that beer. And in my wife's culture, when we go to bigger family gathering, drinking is like literally just part of what is happening. Everybody offers you beers and drinks and shots, and it's almost you say you don't drink, and you kind of get like a weird look. But uh, not with my immediate family, but with like extended family that doesn't know me very well. So um, it's interesting how alcohol in the world plays such a weird, crucial role. Is when you go to a business function or you go on a business trip or you go out of town. When you say you don't drink. Sorry about that. My phone died there. So, uh, alcohol is weird. When you quit drinking, people almost look down on it. They're surprised and they say things like, "Oh, what? You're not gonna have a beer?" Or "What? You don't drink?" It's almost as if it's looked down on in society, or you're strange for not drinking, as to where it should be the opposite. People should be really proud of people who don't drink, and should be supportive of that. Alcohol in and of itself is a poison to our systems. It poisons every cell in our body. It creates brain damage, cancer, cirrhosis of the liver, high blood pressure, heart problems. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, is what alcohol does to us. So it's 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 strange to me when people aren't just like, "Oh, that's awesome. You quit drinking. That's amazing. Good job." Now, on the flip side of that, I don't want to judge other people that do drink. It's personal choice for everybody who is doing it or not. A lot of people are just fine with having a couple beers here and there, uh, social gatherings, things like that. So please don't take this as I'm on my soapbox over here. I'm just really proud of myself. It's been 1 year, and once again, it's 1 year out of the rest of my life that I have to keep doing this. I'm going to keep doing this. I want to keep doing this. So, but the first year, that's one under the belt. I've done this one time before, and I only made it 8 months. And then I was on a trip and everybody was drinking. I'm like, I'll just have a drink at dinner. And that just turned into going right back to drinking again. So this is it for good. This is it for forever. And this is year one. So hope you all have a great night tonight. And well, I'll be back tomorrow, but I'm going to do 30 of these, 30 full days. After that, I'll decide which direction I want to go, as far as maybe longer format or more edited. But for now, I'm just going to keep doing these raw videos, one a day, and get to day 30, and then I'll make my decision after that. So have a great night, everybody. Bye.